Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we have a lot of things to do. We're going to pro our Tyrese Haliburton. We're going to pro our double heroic Karrion Kross. We have also managed to reach level 50 so we can get the final reward here. And we have almost completed the battle pass. We're at 9996 of 10,000. So one more little game of regular war games in PvP. Regular war, even not war games, should be enough to finish it off. So let's start with getting the pro of the Tyrese Haliburton. Let's see what the pro animation of this looks like. There we have the screenshot of the pro, and well, you've got some interesting confetti falling in the background. There's an awful lot else going on there. It very much reminds me of the Aleister Black and Rusev, the same layout of the card. In fact, actually, I think if we just go to males, we can take a look at them. And you can see that this one, of course, is all very much Raw inspired. This one is all SmackDown inspired, and it has the same layout. It just says Supercard across the back here. But it now has this confetti instead of the kind of photographs from the backlight here. You know, the little flickers of light in the background there. So it's very, very interesting. And I think that'll be a very, very strong card. You can see at level 0, he's already stronger than our Eddie Guerrero, the WrestleMania 41 Eddie Guerrero. So that is quite a powerful little card. And of course, it'll only get significantly stronger. He should be up here with the likes of Ethan Page when he's finished, which is currently our strongest male card. But speaking of strong male cards, it's now time for our first ever double heroic of the Unhinged series. Now, I quite like both of these images. I think this one actually looks like a higher quality image, but I think we're going to go for the more modern Karrion Kross here, which is this one with the slightly longer hair. So that's the one that we are going to pro into, I think. Although I do really like this one. It is difficult to say. Also, I like this Terminator arm that we've got on the left-hand side here. The more I think about it, the more I think I prefer this image. And that's the one we're going to go with then. So let's go ahead and combine these. I may have done that one a little bit early. Whoops. Mistakes were made, but there we go. We have ourselves the Pro, and you can see it looks like the jaw of the skull is moving now, which I don't think was doing it, but was not doing that before. Also, we've got a little bit more animation going on in the background than we had earlier. Let's see if there is a startup animation for it, and that will be an interesting thing to take note of. Okay, so he does kind of bounce in. Okay, that's quite cool. Let us see what else we've got. Oh, well, we can claim our next daily quest. There we are, that one's done. And of course, we managed to get to level 50, so let's go ahead and claim that level up pack. This is going to be a guaranteed female, which is Tiffany Stratton. It is Tiffy time indeed. And that is a brand new card. We're going to lock that one down. That is a very, very cool little card to get. And in order to finish off the battle pass, I think just one more game of war will do it. War generally tends to give you about 9 points. And we only need 4 of them. We're against Cody Rhodes, who is 50 Cent. I'm going to start off here with Io Sky. And then for power, I think we will go with Mr. John Cena. The Unseen 17. And then the last one is power and toughness, which I think we will just go with all ego Ethan Page against John Cena, surprisingly. And there we are, a perfect game, which gave us 9 points there. And we'll just get these 4 picks out of the way. And we'll select those and dust them. And now let's go into Battlepass. And we've got 10,005. So let's just claim all and we'll get all of these rewards all at once. We've got an unhinged train up. There's 200 super coins. A rare to draft pick. A Valor Kurt Angle. Another 250 super coins. That's 2 rare to draft picks. 150 credits. That's us up to 4 rare to draft picks now. We've got 2 different Brandy Roads there from that pack. The High Chief Peter Maivia himself. Another 150 credits. WrestleMania 41 t-shirt. That might be good actually, that might be useful. There's the Stephanie Vacure card back. And another 100 credits. Another 200 credits. Nothing tremendous in that pack. Although it did say we got a new star from that. 1,500 super coins, which brings us... Well, it doesn't tell us what it brings us up to. We've got a WrestleMania 41 Jacob Fatu, and of course our very last card is of course the Stephanie Vacure Pro herself, which is going to be a very, very powerful card, as it gives 3,471 to both power and toughness to the entire deck, which will be very, very helpful in every mode, but particularly in campaign mode. Now, let's see, what were those new cards that it mentioned? So the Valor Ambush is new, apparently. And I think the other new card that we had was the WrestleMania 41 t-shirt, which I don't think we'd had before. We're going to lock those ones down. We, of course, have locked down our Stephanie Vacure, and I don't think we need to lock down any of the rest of these. We do now have 4 rare to draft picks. So let's go ahead and grab those as well. Let's go with the bottom right first. And the bottom right was the very correct one. And we have a Lexus King, which is going to be a fortified 1 for us. Let's go for the top right. Let's go for the bottom left. And let's go for the bottom right once again. And we're at the maximum number of equipment, which is completely fine. And we're just going to go OK on this one. And let's try and train up some cards. First of all, we're going to go to Combinable. So our Stephanie Vacures are locked down. Our Lexus King is going to be fortified into an F1, which will help out quite a bit. Yeah, let's fortify this, because I think it is unfortunately still our strongest pure toughness manager at the moment. These Brandy Roads are getting a bit ridiculous. And yeah, let's go ahead and fortify this into an F3. That is completely fine as well. And now let's see, what do we need to train? So of course, there's 5 cards that we really need to focus on, which is finishing off the Jordan Grace, our double heroic Karrion Kross, our pro Tyrese Haliburton, getting the Lexus King up to his fortified 1, and then of course leveling up the other Stephanie Vacure so that we can get the pro and see what that looks like. So I believe that Jordan Grace is currently in the Performance Center. So we're going to go ahead and train her up first. Let's see what 11 levels does. She is an F1. Still has 7.5 hours left, so let's try another dual card. 16 minutes is not an awful long time. And it won't even let us go into the draft board until we get rid of an equipment. So we're going to have to get rid of an equipment as well. I think the easiest thing to do here is to take a look at our equipments and see what we don't need. That t-shirt is looking like it might be the thing we get rid of. I think the rest of these are all special things. I do like to try and keep the ones that are unique and not just generic. And I think everything below that is the same. Do you have anything here that doesn't particularly help? Yeah, this one isn't particularly good, these knee pads. We've got a few here, like these elbow pads that have ability and speed on them, but at least what we can do with these is we can pay credits to re-roll those parts, which we don't really want to do, but we can. So let's go ahead and we will use these Valor knee pads, and that should be enough to finish the Jordan Grace. Now let's take a quick look at that Jordan Grace actually. So there is a fortified one Jordan Grace with 100 matches and all 10 variants. And you can see that she has 58.85 thousand in speed, 69.91 thousand in charisma, 77.21 in toughness, and 79.10 in power, which is very, very incredible, especially considering our next strongest female is the limited edition Io Sky, whose maximum stat tops out at 65,000, 65.83 in speed, whereas Jordan Grace's third lowest one is charisma, which is 69.91, which surpasses that number. It is only speed that she is lacking in, and her power and toughness are absolutely skyrocketed through the roof. Even here you can see what a pro regular unhinged card looks like, and we don't have the 100 matches on Zarya yet, but you can see that they are nothing in comparison to the stats of this Jordan Grace. And this is without any momentum on her. This is her without any equipment either. This is literally just this Jordan Grace by itself is absolutely insane, to say the least. Let's take a look at all cards in general. She has now surpassed our Ethan Page, which was our next strongest card. And you can see that Ethan Page, his lowest stat is 61.37, which is power. And then he goes up to 67.53 in toughness, 73.68 in speed, but his charisma is a whopping 77.80. And our double heroic Karrion Kross should surpass that as well. So it'll be interesting to see how far he goes up to. And we will also see what the Tyrese Haliburton Special Edition card looks like as well. It's going to be very, very interesting to see all of that. But I think that is going to be it for this little video, folks, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.